Filipino values are those aspects of life that include customs, traditions, and many more that people regard as necessary and important in their dealings with one another. First value is pakikisama or sense of togetherness, which refers to an interpersonal relationship where people are friendly with each other and is a typical personality trait of the Filipino people. Hence, it can be said that the Filipino culture of bayanihan originated from this value. Just like other Filipino values, pakikisama can work either positively or destructively to elude open displays of conflicts, clashes, and confrontations. Second important Filipino value is utang na loob or debt of gratitude. It is recognizing and returning the favor to that person in the same measure who helps them in times of need. The Filipino value of utang na loob also refers to an obligation to appropriately repay a person who has done them a favor. This value is impossible to quantify as it involves a deeply personal and internal dimension. This value has its weaknesses as well, one of which is that at some point the person is forced to do something even against their will or against the law, just to pay the debt of gratitude. Third Filipino value is the concept of hiya or kahihiyan. The Filipino concept of hiya, often translated as shame or embarrassment, has often received ambivalent or negative interpretations. There are two kinds of hiyas. The first one is the hiya, which is suffered as shame or embarrassment, and the second one is the hiya, which is active and sacrificial self-control of one's individual wants for the sake of other people. In this case, it can be considered a virtue. Amor proprio or self-love is another factor that governs social etiquette in the Philippines. It is a sense of self-respect or self-esteem that, when followed, prevents hiya. Filipinos are conscious of their own amor proprio and that of their peers. Amor proprio means ego defensiveness, dignity, or one's pride. It is akin to the traditional Oriental attitude of having a face.
Filipino traits are what set us apart and help to identify us as people from the Philippines. Being hospitable to visitors and making them feel at home is one of the characteristics shared by Filipinos. Because of this specific trait, Filipinos are well known worldwide. However, because of this characteristic, Filipinos are more likely to be mistreated or abused. Secondly, it is well known that Filipinos have strong family ties. Their family was their first priority and was held in the most important with regard. They put in a full day's work and sacrifice all to support and feed their family. In some countries, an individual can live apart from their family after turning 18. Families are so highly valued in the Philippines that they are maintained across time. On the other hand, some families' strong bonds could be problematic for society. Some children grow overly reliant on their families, and if those families are financially secure enough to provide for them, those kids may turn abusive and start engaging in illicit activities like drug use. However, one of the most notable traits of Filipinos is their respect for others. People of all ages, young and old, know how to be courteous and respectful. Using the terms po and opo, pagmamano, or placing the back of an elder's palm on your forehead, and addressing elders or older siblings as ate or kuya are a few methods to express your respect to them. However, excessive respect for elders can lead to dependence or unreasonable obedience to parents or others. In order to preserve harmony in Filipino relationships among social institutions like families, schools, and communities, it is crucial to uphold these Filipino social values and traits. Hiya, pakikisama, utang na loob, and respect for others are principles that give Filipinos a unique moral obligation to treat one another, strengthening communal ties. Filipinos are kind, courteous, hospitable, and loyal because of these values. To put it simply, Filipino core values influence their behavior in every situation.